My gym trainer had a no-phones policy that apparently only applied to members. Coach Brown would literally snatch phones from people's hands if he caught them texting between sets. "This is sacred space for focus and dedication," he'd bark, pointing to the giant no phones during workout sign he'd laminated himself and stuck to every mirror in the place. This guy was absolutely ruthless about it. He'd patrol the gym floor like some kind of phone-hunting predator, eyes constantly scanning for anyone who dared glance at their screen. I watched him make this college kid do wall sits for 10 straight minutes because his Apple Watch lit up with a text notification. Meanwhile, Brown would be scrolling through Instagram stories while we're mid-workout, double-tapping gym influencer posts, and sometimes even taking selfies with his post-workout protein shake. The hypocrisy was insane, but nobody said anything because this dude was built like a tank and had the temper to match. When Sarah asked if she could quickly check her phone because her babysitter was texting about her sick kid having a fever, he made her do 50 burpees as punishment. "Emergencies don't exist in my gym," he said, standing over her while she struggled through them. Another time, this businessman tried to take a quick work call during his cooldown stretch. Brown literally grabbed the phone out of his hand mid-conversation and hung up on whoever was calling. Your boss can wait, Gaines can't. But here's where it gets really weird. Every Tuesday and Thursday at exactly 3 p.m., this quiet older guy named Frank would shuffle in for what Brown called specialized personal training sessions. Frank looked like your typical retired accountant, wire-rimmed glasses, polo shirts, and orthopedic sneakers. And Frank would be on his phone the entire session, taking work calls while doing bicep curls, watching YouTube videos about fishing between sets, even FaceTiming his grandkids while Brown spotted him on the bench press. The guy would literally pause mid-rep to answer texts. I'm watching this happen week after week, getting more confused each time. Everyone else gets the phone Nazi treatment, but Frank gets to run a mobile office from the squat rack? I finally worked up the courage to ask Brown about it after one particularly obvious display where Frank spent 20 minutes on a conference call while doing leg extensions. Brown just shrugged and said, "Frank pays premium rates for premium flexibility." That explanation felt weak, but Brown wasn't the type of guy you pushed for details. Last week, I'm in the middle of my deadlift set when my phone starts buzzing insistently in my gym bag. I try to ignore it, but it keeps going off. Finally, I glance over and see it's my mom calling repeatedly. I quickly check the text she sent first. "Grandma fell down the stairs. Ambulance is taking her to St. Mary's. Call me now." My heart drops. I'm looking at the message for maybe 5 seconds, trying to process what's happening, when I hear heavy footsteps stomping toward me. "Are you kidding me right now?" Brown is practically screaming, his face turning that scary shade of red it gets when he's really pissed. "Did you just completely disrespect my gym rules right in front of everyone?" I try to explain about my grandmother, but he's not hearing it. He's waving his massive arms around, going on this whole rant about millennial phone addiction and how our generation has no respect for anything sacred. This is exactly what's wrong with kids today. No focus, no discipline, just constant need for digital validation. Your grandmother probably just wanted attention anyway. I'm standing there in shock, still holding my phone, when I see Frank walking over from the leg press machine. He's moving faster than I've ever seen him move, and there's something different about his expression. Frank taps Brown on the shoulder, interrupting his rant mid-sentence. "Hey Brown," Frank says in this calm but somehow ice-cold voice. "Isn't that my cousin Roberto's gym you're tagged at on Instagram right now? The one on 5th Street? Brown freezes, like completely stops moving. What do you mean, Frank?" "I mean, you're posting selfies at competing gyms while you're supposed to be working here. During business hours, using the hashtag better equipment, better results." The entire gym has gone quiet now. Even the guy doing lat pulls has stopped mid-rep to watch this unfold. Frank pulls out his phone and starts scrolling. "Let's see. Here's you at Gold's on Monday. Here's you at Planet Fitness on Wednesday. Oh, and this is interesting. Here's you telling your followers that most gym owners are clueless about real fitness." Brown's face has gone from red to completely white. "Frank, I can explain." "You know what you can't explain?" Frank says, his voice getting a little louder now. "Why you're bad-mouthing my business on social media while cashing my paychecks. That's when it hits me. Frank isn't just some random member paying premium rates. Frank owns the gym." Brown got so quiet you could hear the air conditioning humming and someone's protein shaker rattling from 3 treadmills away. Frank looked at me and said, "Go call your mom, kid. Family always comes first." Then he turned back to Brown. "Clean out your locker. We'll talk about your final paycheck tomorrow." Brown spent the next 10 minutes silently collecting his things while the entire gym pretended to work out but actually watched him pack up his motivational posters and laminated signs.